Steve Kwast, Lieutenant General, USA, retired. Raised by missionary parents in a remote African tribe and moved back to California before the age of 10. Graduated from the United States Air Force Academy in 1986 with a degree in astronautical engineering. You're a rocket scientist. Military career spanned every major combat operation from a young lieutenant fighter pilot in Desert Storm, culminating as the commanding Air Force general at Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan. Master's degree from Harvard's Kennedy School of Government in Public Policy and former president of Air University. President of the #1 startup company in America in 2022, Genesis Systems, co-founder and CEO of SpaceBuilt, a company pioneering future sustainability space construction and economic development. Husband to Joni, father of two. It's my understanding you're a grandfather too.
Yes.
And most importantly, you're a Christian.
Yes.
But so yeah, I saw this lecture you were given at Hillsdale College. It was just a small clip. But you were talking about being able to transport and I'm going to roll the clip right now.
Okay.
But it sounded like you said that you could transport, we have the technology to be able to transport anybody from one point on Earth to another point in less than an hour.
Correct.
And you'd also spoke about beaming energy down to our devices to charge. And I've been digging into the energy space, and you know, it doesn't seem like a lot has developed since, like, we had that boom after World War II, and then innovators didn't stop, but it seems like government is stopped.
Odin Valhalla Rising, now available on mobile and PC, exclusively with Google Play Games. Ascend to Valhalla on a larger PC screen and uncover hidden secrets with enhanced mouse and keyboard.
And so I want to talk about all these things, but first, let's talk. Well, actually, hold on. Sorry, I got a present for you. I'm so excited. Everybody gets one.
Thank you.
Vigilance Elite gummy bears.
Been looking forward to it.
Legal in all 50 states. Made here in the U.S.
Thank you.
And man, I got way ahead of myself there, but I have a Patreon account. It's a community. It's a subscription service, and we've built it into a community. And they've been here with me since the very beginning.
Nice.
And supported the build out in my attic when we started the show in my attic, and then we moved here, and now we're moving to a new studio, and these guys have just supported me tremendously throughout the way. And
Nice.
so one of the things I do is I offer them the opportunity to ask each and every guest a question.
Well, good.
So this is from Blake Horn. What are your views on the potential for future space conflicts, considering that destroying enemy satellites generates debris that could threaten our own satellites? What are the major risks associated with space warfare?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's something we have to be very careful of because space has characteristics that are different than air, land, and sea, and under the sea. But like any domain, if you do not have strength to be able to prevent conflict, or strength to be able to constrain the violence if somebody else acts in an evil way, then you just become a victim of it. So all of the things he says are true in that space has the potential of being a place where people exact violence for personal gain and can do devastating things to everybody else in the area. And this is one reason why we have to really pay attention to these technologies in this new domain that has different characteristics than all the others. But it's no different than any other human activity moving into a new domain. You have to be able to have the differential power to be able to prevent evil and perpetuate good.
Isn't space is supposed to be a non-warfare zone, correct?
Right. And if we were all angels and nobody was weaponizing space, that would be true. But just because we have a 1967 Outer Space Treaty that states those very words, we have great powers that are doing things in space that are going to threaten America and other countries as well. So we have to be open-eyed. It would be like discovering an ocean and saying, we're not going to have any fighting on the ocean.
Yeah.
And then we don't build a Navy and everybody else does, and we're the only victims of it.
Who are the, I 100% agree with you. I wasn't saying we shouldn't be doing anything.
It's a good question, though, because we want peace, and we want a future that trends with less violence. But the way to do that is not to ignore a new domain and new technologies. The way to do that is to usher in peace through strength. That is consistent with human nature and history and culture.
Who are the major players in space other than the U.S.?
Right. Well, like all new technologies, it is those countries that have the resources and the will to develop capability. So every country that is paying attention to these trends of technology and change are investing in space. If they don't have the money or the will, they aren't, but those are very few and far between. But as I talk to leaders in countries around the world, they understand the power of space. It would be like a country not having an air force and everybody else does, or not having a navy, or not having an army. It doesn't mean these things are built to perpetuate wars. We want them to be there to prevent wars. So you have India, China, Russia, America, Japan. You can just go down the list of nations that are investing in space, and it's not a bad thing. This is about evolving because of what space will be able to do to uplift the human condition.